Zyron's ship, the Starfire, sliced through the darkness. It landed on Xantus with a thud. The barren world was shrouded in perpetual twilight. Dust devils danced across the desolate plains. The air, heavy and silent, pressed down upon him. He had tracked the celestial core, Bannex, for light years. It pulsed with ancient energy. Now, his instincts told him the core was close. But Xantus felt different, wrong. Zyron disembarked, his boots crunching on the dry, cracked earth. The silence was unnerving. It amplified the ever-present hum of his own anxieties. Xantus was a place of echoes, echoes of the past, echoes of fear. A shiver ran down his spine. Something was watching him. He could feel its gaze, cold and predatory, upon him. Zyron drew his energy blade, the blue energy humming in the stillness. From the swirling dust, a figure coalesced. It was Zyron, or rather, a twisted reflection of him. His eyes glowed with a malevolent light. This was his shadow self, born from the remnants of Zitharus's dark energy. "You cannot escape me, Zyron," the shadow hissed, its voice a chilling echo of his own. "I am a part of you, born from your deepest fears." Zyron had encountered this entity before, fleeting glimpses at the edge of his awareness. He had dismissed it as mere exhaustion. But here, on this desolate world, there was no escaping the truth. His shadow self was real. The energy blade felt cold in Zyron's hand. He had faced down countless enemies, but how could he fight himself? The thought paralyzed him. "Why do you struggle, Zyron?" the shadow taunted, circling him. "Your quest is folly. You're unworthy." The words struck at Zyron's resolve. Had Zitharus been right? Was he deluding himself, believing he could be a hero? Doubt, like a venomous serpent, coiled around his heart. He remembered the destruction he had witnessed, the planets ravaged by Zitharus's hunger for power. Was he strong enough to wield the Bannex? What if he became a tyrant himself? Zyron staggered, the weight of his doubts threatening to crush him. The energy blade flickered, its light dimming as his confidence waned. He closed his eyes, battling the storm within. Section 4, The Heart of the Storm, Silence. Zyron opened his eyes. The shadow loomed before him, its expression triumphant. Zyron was alone, utterly alone in the vast expanse of his own despair. And then a spark, a memory, the face of a child, his eyes shining with hope. He had made a promise, a vow to protect the galaxy. This was bigger than his fear. He was Zyron, defender of the light. He would not be defined by his doubts, but by his actions. The energy blade flared, its blue light banishing the shadows. He would face his demons, he would claim his destiny. Section 5. A New Dawn. Zyron lunged. The shadow self met his attack, their blades clashing in a shower of sparks. But something had shifted. Zyron was no longer fighting to escape his past. He was fighting for his future. With each parry, each thrust, Zyron felt his resolve solidify. The shadow's attacks grew weaker, its form flickering. He poured all his doubt, all his fear into his blade, and then, with a final resonating clash, the shadow self dissipated, dissolving into motes of dark energy. The dust settled. Silence returned, but this time it was a silence of victory. Zyron stood tall, the Bannex pulsing faintly in the distance. His path was clear. His spirit, forged in the fires of self-doubt, was unbreakable. He would retrieve the celestial core. He would honor his promise. He would save the galaxy.